So this is a cute little game where you dash around getting strawberries, and how the fuck am I supposed to get that one? That's how you do it. That is how you do it. I'm a genius. I am the single greatest person to ever play this video game. Never mind, I'm a dickhead. So today we have Celeste, a 2D platformer by Matt Thorson, who also made Towerfall, or as I like to call it, this game is great. Why can't I play it online? Oh, fuck you, Bennett Foddy, don't tell me what I want. But I love Towerfall, and I had heard this game was awesome, so I went into it with high expectations, and I gotta say, I was not disappointed. Both the story and the gameplay are fantastic, and I love how they both start out very simple, but gradually get more complicated and exciting in perfect unison. I mean, all you know at the beginning is that you play as a girl called Madeline who wants to climb a mountain. That's it. That's the only context you get. Like, the only game I can think of with a more simple premise is that one game where you go monster hunting in a world. Oh fuck, what's it called again? But as the game goes on, the story gets more and more intriguing, but never loses its simplistic feel and style. Same with the gameplay. You start off with two very simple mechanics, a dash and the ability to climb for a bit before you wait, and from there, the game throws new obstacles and abilities at you every chapter, like these bubble things, the feather thing, and these fucking guys that chase you and kill you right before you leave the room every single time! Good! And they use these things in such an inventive way so that by the end you're having to pull off fucking superhuman feats in mid-air, but because it was all introduced so well, it never feels like something you can't handle. Until you get to the bastard bollocks bullshit B-sides, but we'll talk about that later. What I want to talk about now is Madeline, and how she's one of my favourite video game protagonists ever. Now, this really is just a preference, but personally, when it comes to those main characters in media who are shining examples of how everyone should be because they're honest, kind, fight for justice, and are practically perfect in every way, I think they're fucking boring. Cause there's nothing to relate to. Real people aren't like that. We have imperfections, we make mistakes, we drop the toast butter side down and yell at our friends when they cancel the movie night that we had planned for 2 fucking weeks, Max! And that's why I like Madeline so much, because she's clearly good-hearted, but also very flawed. She's panicky, stubborn, sarcastic, neurotic, but at the same time, determined, kind, and very willing to help people and improve herself. We see her go through a proper arc, and I really commend the game for tackling pretty heavy subjects like depression and self-hatred head on. Okay, look, you guys know that I can't be serious for more than like 3 sentences at a time. I have this condition called trying too hard to be funny. But if I could just be serious for a second, I think Madeline's battle with depression and her own self-worth is actually very inspiring, and I think it's something a lot of people can relate to. I know I can. And I know that the people who love this game mostly like it for the gameplay, but I just feel like the story deserves more praise than it's getting, especially considering it managed to completely draw me in with not even that much dialogue, which I think is very impressive. Okay, back to the funnies. But there is a reason people like to praise the gameplay, and that's because it's fucking praiseworthy. Like I said, it starts off very simple and quickly cranks up to 11. You go whoosh in this thing, with this thing, hit this thing, and he's like, hey, what the fuck, mate? And the way these things shape the levels is honestly really impressive, and it makes it so that no 2 chapters feel the same. Plus, the controls are fantastic. The dashes feel very satisfying, the feather thing is awesome, and it all feels tighter than my favorite noose. It's just overall a very well-made game. Great level design, great controls, and gameplay that manages to be challenging without being too frustrating. And like I mentioned before, alongside climbing the mountain, you're also encouraged to collect these strawberries. You find them in these little side rooms behind some sort of challenge, and it's both disheartening and quite impressive from a gameplay point of view when you spend a lot of extra time going for these and you think to yourself, aha, I definitely got all of them that time. What? And then we have the B-sides, which can be quite... Oh, come on! Tricky. You see, there's a cassette tape to find in every chapter, which unlocks a B-side, which is an alternate version of that chapter, but with difficulty that shot up past frustrating through infuriating all the way up to I don't want to do this anymore. And I won't lie to you guys, they might have been too hard for me. I mean, I'm really not the kind of guy to give up on a hard game, especially if I'm enjoying it. But considering the regular levels were already pretty tough and I had already beat the game before I tried them, I kinda, sorta, maybe couldn't be arsed. Fuck you, I'm not unprofessional, your mum's unprofessional! Well, I say that I beat the game, but there was actually one bonus level at the end that I didn't do, cause for some reason you need 4 of these heart things to unlock it, and I didn't find any in my time playing. And that's a shame, cause I really wanted to see that level. I mean, who knows what could have been behind that door? It could have been a beautiful cave filled with diamonds, it could have been a terrifying, haunting labyrinth, it could have been an amazing, life-changing experience! Oh wait, you get the hearts by beating the B-sides? Yeah, fuck it probably wasn't that good. In conclusion, Celeste is a brilliant game, with super tight controls, ingenious level design, and a story that said a lot without even that much dialogue. Oh, fuck off, you pretentious cunt. If you play it casually, you can probably beat it in about 5 or 6 hours, depending on how good you are. But it feels like it has a lot more content than that, because all the chapters are memorable, all the rooms are inventive, and it's just generally a very fun experience. Celeste is a fantastic platformer filled with exciting, thrilling moments. Like when you balance the feather. That's pretty good.